Session number 4, question number 4, topic number 4 is, do requests hurt your dance floor or do they help your dance floor? Now, Anthony, you may not be able to help or talk much about this one, so we're going to start with James on this one, and we're going to just work on with the three of us, I think, on this one. Do requests hurt or help your dance floor? What are your thoughts?
Depends on who.
Oh, I don't want it depends, man. I don't want it depends. I want an answer.
Typically not.
That's what I want to hear.
Typically not. No, we have what the bride and groom has chosen. We have what we already know from years of experience, and so we don't really need input. It's great. We want to be smiling and engaging, and yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because we're probably already going to play it. Unless some weird uncle comes up and wants goth metal or something like that.
Well, that's what we play around central Minnesota all the time. Dave, what's your thoughts? Requests. Do they hurt or help your dance floor?
They help far, far more than they hurt. And only because I'm going to pick apart your question. Taking a request always helps my dance floor. Playing every request is a different question. But every moment I have to interact with a guest, I know because of what I've come to do over the past number of years is I'm going to create a positive experience, whether I play their song or not. I'm going to create for them a moment, a different interaction than they've ever had with the previous DJ. And they're going to like me after that interaction, regardless of whether I play their song or not. Does that work all the time? Not 100%, but the overwhelming majority, yes. So the more I can get people to like me, the more they're going to participate in what I ask on behalf of them for the purpose of the event. So overwhelmingly, yes, requests help my dance floor.
Very interesting way to look at that. Mitch?
I'm not going to analyze your question like Dave did and pick it apart. I'm just going to answer it how you want it answered. I'm sorry, James, I disagree. Yes, absolutely. Requests help my dance floor more than hurt it. 200 heads are better than 1 or maybe 2 if you work with a partner. I've had many guests come up and ask for a song that, I didn't think of. And, yeah, absolutely, that's going to work. And it may not work next, and it may not work in 10 minutes. Yes, sometimes they'll come up and ask for something that I wish they would have asked for earlier in the night because, dude, it would have been a great song for after dinner before we start dancing, but maybe not right at that moment. But overall, do they help more than hurt? Yes, absolutely. It's their party. It's their party. It's not your party.
See, and I'm going to go closer to James' idea, especially when I'm thinking my school dances. As a school dance DJ, requests can hurt my dance floor way more than they can help it. This past year at school dances, the requests have sucked. Chris just put up there, they're talking about Fetty Wap, and it worked for a little bit, but I mean, oh my gosh, the last request that I had at the school last weekend, as we were going through and looking at those, and I showed the teacher, and it's like, goodness gracious, of all 75 requests that were on site, like 2 were playable. It's like, can you, the next time before the dance, can you go and like put in the announcements and define what a dance is? What the word dance means? It doesn't mean stand in a corner there and like try to smoke pot, pretending you're smoking pot and listening to the latest thing. So in that situation, definitely hurts way more than help.
Something we've done, John, and maybe you're already doing this, I don't know. I'm just going to throw this out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had that situation where, we had a lot of kids coming up and asking for stuff. And frankly, the kids are so cutting edge on music, it's not even funny. I swear they get the songs before the artists get the songs.
We were with Taylor last night, and she was thinking about it, and I finished the song this morning.
Right. So anyway, what we've done to avoid that problem of getting to the dance and not being able to have the song or whatever the case may be is we actually go to the school during the week before the dance and walk through during lunchroom time and get requests from the students ahead of time so that we can therefore more than likely guarantee we're going to have the songs they want, be able to preview them as well ahead of time and find out what's going to work in what sets. That's just what's worked for us. Everyone's different, whether you want to take that time or not. As a company, that's your decision. As a company, not your John, but anyone watching this, and it's just what's worked for us to help maintain that relationship between us and the school.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely, in this day and age, because there's such a diverse, it used to be that when we knew of the top 40 station, what that played, that's what the kids were listening to. Those days are so far gone. Anthony, here's a part you can participate with on this one. Answer this one for me. music. Where do you find your music today? As far as where do you listen to?
I use SoundCloud.
So you're coming out with things that probably
So
aren't
I
hitting
just-
any radio at all. Those are probably mixes and such you're listening to.
Most of it's just direct EDM from the producers, but
Yeah.
it comes out the second it's released. So
So yeah,
that's where I get most of mine.
And my boys, they're listening to very little. I mean, they occasionally will hear something on YouTube, but they don't use YouTube for that. It's listening to, they're streaming something. I don't know where they're streaming things from, but it's not top 40 stations for sure, Blaze. So when they're asking or looking at music, it's a different world it's like, what?
I actually stream a couple of stations. One KTU out of New York, just because I like that,
Makes you feel.
And I try to get a diverse selection. So I might go to this station one day, and then I might go to another station another day, and just kind of get a grasp of what everybody's playing, as far as like new music.
Yeah. But again, even with no matter what we do for research and such, I think that the Us Weekend show is probably the most I've ever had. And I get multiple music services, so I don't have many times where maybe one song a night that I don't have. I had over 10 songs last weekend, maybe closer to 20 that I did not have in my library and anywhere, and that never happens. That's why I have these music services, because everything is there and it's clean and it's I was kind of frustrated about that.
Billboard. Visit Billboard
Can I
a
jump
lot.
in for a sec?
Go ahead, Anthony, and then we'll move on.
Let me fix my mic. Hang on. Okay, good. What we did at my school last time is we set up a Google Doc, and it was just a submission form saying request, yada, yada, yada. Is it clean? Whatever. They filled it out, and then they just took it.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Something
So
simple.
they handed them that the night
I
before.
created an email a couple of times with certain schools where they could submit to the particular email, their requests.
See, and I prefer having people write things on toilet paper and handing it to me at the show. That's just my preference, guys.
I use crayons, but
Yeah. Exactly, because then when you use it again later, then you get a little more color to your life. Okay, let's jump to our next topic.